about.
What did you think of the movie?
I thought it was enjoyable.
Did you like it?
I really liked this movie. It was fun. It was fresh. The comedy landed.
It did.
Yeah.
The trailer comedy didn't seem to land for me.
The story, the story moved along. They never spent too long in one area.
Yeah.
Maybe to the detriment of the movie. They did so much stuff. A lot happens in this movie. It's going to keep your attention
The whole time.
And despite what the actors and the directors say about demasculating men and, woke bullshit.
Okay, come on now. Don't give me extra work.
Come on. You don't have to cut that out.
Okay, keep going.
It's a enjoyable movie with some heart. It has some heart. It has some character to it. Each of the characters gets their own little story. Mm-hmm. They deliver on everybody's expectations.
Yeah.
It's set up and payoff for everybody.
So, I would agree with that 90%.
Okay.
They did a good movie till the last 15 minutes. And what it felt like to me was, we have to finish this story. Mm-hmm. And we told our story already, so let's just throw this generic ending
movie
to it.
Ending. Yeah.
Kind of like how the Batman ends. The whole movie's really strong, and then the ending with the flood
which
and everything.
Batman?
The most recent.
Yeah, I would say
the
that
flood and everything is a weak ending for the rest of the film.
No.
For Detective Batman?
They literally gave us a Hulk smashing Loki scene.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was almost shot for shot.
I love laughing at things again.
Yeah, but
I love seeing the same thing for 4 times.
Watching it, it was like
times.
The 4th time.
The creator said, "Hey, you know that scene in Avengers? People
do
liked that. Let's do it again." That's exactly what it felt like. So
bummer.
Even though it was funny, it was we've seen it before. It was generic ending.
And what's
15
funny
minutes,
is
10 minutes.
It always works. The audience is always
yeah.
People in the theaters are like, my goodness, I've never laughed at something like this before.
Bruh.
Oh,
Hey, stop! No.
Now I'll be honest, I didn't watch this movie.
Yeah.
So give me a 1 to 10. How hard do you recommend me watching this?
6.5, maybe 7.
For this is he not 1 out of 10 like.
Wait, 6.5. What are you saying?
He's talking about recommendation.
Well, I was trying to combine.
Hard recommend. I hard recommend people go see this movie.
I recommend just leave like 10 minutes. To
you watch the ending because it is kind of generic. They wrap everything up, and it's a Ready Player One ending.
It's kind of like
Scooby-Doo.
It's kind of Scooby-Doo.
Dang.
It's
okay, hold on.
kind of like a stand-up comedian that has a great set, and then their
closer joke doesn't land very hard.
Doesn't land at all.
Yeah, there was a point when we were watching the movie where we were like, "Oh, this is the end of the movie."
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't because they didn't wrap up something that they had established earlier. Because they did that consistently throughout the movie. It was like, we set something up. Like this character, I forget his name, the wizard. Mm-hmm. He says, "I'm."
Yeah, could you pull up the IMDb for this?
He says, "I'm a descendant of this wizard." They set that up. Mm-hmm. It's one line. Later in the movie, they deliver on showing his ancestor it's an important part of his story. It's basic setup payoff type stuff. Mm-hmm. And they do that with some other things, and by the point where you're like, oh, this is the end of the movie, they haven't delivered on some of the payoff for some of the story that they set up.
Okay. So
they have to wrap it.
Is this character Simon?
Yes.
Simon. Played by Justice Smith.
So yeah, there was a time where it was like maybe it should have ended there, even though they didn't tell us the whole story. For characters, I think all the characters felt really good. I was nervous about one character, but because of my favorite character in the movie, which is a very small part, go back to IMDb. I was about to talk about her. She's Rodriguez.
Center frame right here.
Well, Michelle.
He didn't know the name.
Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez. Okay. Laddie.
I felt like she had a very.
She got
her character wasn't great till they brought in one character.
Yeah,
they had what did you say? 2-minute cameo of Bradley Cooper.
Don't spoil.
Well, this is a spoiler.
Bro, no, I haven't seen it yet. The whole point was not to be a spoiler.
No, this is a spoiler.
No,
review.
we're not spoiling it on this review. No.
You're saying, do you like it?
I know. This is coming out in like 2 weeks.
But
I
you guys
wanted
watched
to
it
keep
opening weekend.
Yeah.
And also, I haven't watched it.
All right.
Make note.
All right.
If someone at the table hasn't seen the movie.
One spoiler.
I love
in this
Bradley.
fight.
I freaking love Bradley.
There's one Bradley Cooper spoiler.
If I was gonna have to marry a man, it'd be Bradley tenfold.
Okay.
I would marry this Bradley Cooper. He was a funny character.
Yeah. So they do. She's very much just like barbarian character.
She's got cool tattoos.
She is. She's the barbarian.
She looks
of the D&D.
Kind of jacked, so I could believe she could fight people.
She is. If you know anything about D&D, she's the barbarian. She's throwing people around. She's doing hand-to-hand stuff. Mm-hmm. They have a Bradley Cooper cameo that humanizes her character.
Yeah, it gives her character development.
It gives her depth, and it's a really great scene. It's probably one of the best scenes of the movie.
Without that one scene, though, her character would be very boring of just
two-dimensional.
Fighting and winning every fight, basically.
Right, and it's kind of where we find. Go to the next one. Where we find the druid's character, right? The owlbear girl.
Back here?
Yeah, shapeshifter.
Which
she's kind of more two-dimensional. But she's also not one of the primary characters.
Yeah,
Michelle Rodriguez and Chris Pine are your two primary characters. Justice Smith and...
Is it Safina?
No. It's Sophia Lillis.
Yeah.
Who plays Doric.
Who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her and Justice Smith are kind of like the side characters.
I just almost threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Don't even talk about it. Keep going. Don't even open your stupid mouth.
Bruh.
Keep going.
I just almost threw up my mouth a little bit.
Keep going.
It was like,
keep going.
Yeah, I mean she's okay. She has enough screen time, and I feel like they deliver on what her character is and who she's supposed to be and her little story.
Right.
But it's not as much as the two primaries, which is Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez.
And maybe the wizard.
And well, him and her are intertwined.
Yeah.
The wizard and the shapeshifter.
Yeah. It's these two are
Chris Pine's
the primaries.
Gotcha.
And
can we just
really
stay somewhere?
We're gonna stay right freaking here.
Can you guys stop alluding to other stuff?
Yeah, keep going.
Because it's not enjoyable for the audience.
Look, I'm not.
All right, you got going back, bruh.
I didn't. Josh was the one over here talking about my zooming, and then he's over here being like, "Stop moving the slides around," and you're getting mad at both of us. Everyone, just calm the crap down.
10 words or less, Wyatt. Give us 10 words or less. Wait, was that what we did? 5 words or less?
We did
5 words or less.
10's too much.
I would say.
Can I give mine?
No.
It's gonna be funny.
Get mad and yelling at me.
Yeah.
On the podcast, no less.
Well, you started it,
bro. Sad, bruh. I would say very entertaining. Definitely go watch.
Where did you rank it on 1 to 10?
I would say it's a 7.
Okay.
It's a 7.5 for me.
I said 6.5, maybe 7.
This is a movie that everybody can enjoy. There's no real big political messages. It's just an adventure movie, and it has a through line about family.
Really?
It has a family about being a father and about being a mother.
I mean,
let me guess, Michelle?
If you
gotta watch
replaced
that makes me excited to watch
Chris with, I just lost his name, Vin Diesel, then
it would be a fast movie.
It would be a fast. It would be fast 11.
Yeah, it would.
So what about the effects? Were you pleased with the effects of the dragons and the creatures and everything?
We did talk about this.
So the first 10 minutes of the movie, all practical.
Not all practical.
Well,
lots of practical.
90% practical. They had a guy in a suit that was playing this monster, and
an
they had
orc
like a
or a
lizard
troll.
character that was in a suit.
Okay.
Wasn't
Yeah, the bird
animated.
dude.
The bird dude was animated.
I think a lot of him was practical.
Maybe.
Jonathan.
They had practical elements in there, and then
So it was
later
fun?
in the film, it became mostly animated.
Mostly
Well,
CG. Yeah.
The big creatures you have to do CG. You
Yeah.
can't do big practical.
There were a
creatures.
lot
no,
of
they did practical.
practicals.
They did practical characters in this.
There were a lot of practicals in this movie.
It felt
especially
like it
in
was,
the beginning.
Yeah, like a
Did it give you the wolf from
early Star Wars.
Did it give you the wolf vibe from that old film?
Yeah.
Wolfman.
From
Wolf.
gosh
Wolf
dang it!
Elephant.
Why is it escaping me?
I have no idea.
You know the wolf we always bring up. You always say that the practicals from the wolf. It terrified you as a kid.
Oh, from Neverending Story?
Never-ending story.
No,
Did it give you that
not
vibe
quite.
at all?
No, not quite.
Okay.
No, it looked good.
But the movie did look very good. It was very fun, very well paced. Characters were enjoyable and dynamic. There's, I think, more D&D references than I caught. There's the big one I caught was like the dungeon master, the guy who writes the story when you're playing the game, the self-insert character.
Okay.
Who is the best at everything. Hilarious. I was like, I'm not going to like this character when I saw the trailers. And you're supposed to not like this character. He's good at everything.
Yeah.
And he's the self-insert. I think that was a really great call for the guys making this movie.
It was funny. Do you think that the story writers were just a group of D&D nerds?
I think they knew what
Maybe.
they were doing.
Maybe.
Because the movie's accessible for everybody, but also has a lot of references to the D&D world.
Cool.
So
I'm excited to watch it,
I would say go check it out.
and we will. And with that, no more spoilers.